welcome to the latest episode of A Muggle's Perspective. I'm Rogge. I'm here with Braden. Braden, how the heck are ya?
Doing pretty heckin' good. How are you?
Good. I'm good. We've had a lot of rain here in Indiana, and whenever it rains, I think, let's ask Braden how this affects the local agricultural scene. Is it too much rain? Is it bad? Is it
way too much
good?
Rain.
Okay, it's bad.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you're driving around and sticking like towels into the ground. Like that's why you've been working so many hours, is to dry out the.
So many towels, so many hours.
Trying to think what else you would put in, like flour, like something to just soak it up. Tampons.
Yep. I need a huge inverter for the phone charger port on my truck so that I can run blow dryers.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like normal size blow dryers.
Yeah, like I took Hannah's.
Yeah. So too much rain.
Yep, way too much rain. There's a lot of farm folk out there that haven't gotten very many seeds in the ground.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, so their income is looking a little less stable than normal.
Yeah, a little bit in jeopardy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a lot of other things are in jeopardy with Harry Potter because apparently he's learning about unforgivable curses in Defense Against the Dark Arts class. Getting some pretty explicit instruction.
It's a good segue right there.
It was not a good segue. This is the podcast where Braden doesn't know anything about Harry Potter and I'm teaching him very slowly. And then sometimes he's like, teach me faster. And then I do. So we're looking at chapters 14 through 16 of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Chapter 14, The Unforgivable Curses. Chapter 15, Beauxbaton and Durmstrang. Is that what that's called?
Yep,
nailed it. And chapter 6, I have them written down here. Chapter 16, The Goblet of Fire. 3 good chapters. I've got 5 talking points for each chapter. And then I think I might kind of break with the tradition here and ask if you care about some stuff. You know, let's go crazy.
I'm ready to talk about my level of care.
So anything else before you want to jump into chapter 14?
I want to know how your trip to Triple X was in West Lafayette.
Oh, it was good. I had to convince my wife and mother that they still don't take debit cards there. You have to use cash at Triple X. So we went down the street to Chase Bank and took out some money. Taught my mom how to Venmo me. So that was good.
How did that go?
It was good. You know, she uses Venmo to pay the lawn boy, which you can take that however you want. She's got a lawn boy. So she Venmo'd me pretty promptly, and it went well. I had the Drew Brees, as one does.
Okay. I'm more of a Purvis burger.
Sure. And I respect the Purvis burger. We just have a peanut butter burger here in Warsaw at a burger place that I get sometimes, so it's not as exotic to me. So I'm like, oh, it's the Drew Brees. But I feel like their prices have gone up at Triple X.
I can't honestly tell you the last time I ate there.
That's fair. I
mean,
it's local for you. Like the price has gone up, and maybe like we tried to get the biggest milkshake they had, and it still seemed like it was a lot less milkshake than when I was a kid. When I was a kid, they used to give you like a second, like big metal cup that was like a third full for like the overflow.
They don't do that anymore.
They don't. No.
Oh no.
We got a milkshake in a mug. We paid extra for it to be in a mug, and it seemed like slightly more than in a cup.
That's disappointing.
Yeah. I mean, the food was good, and the service was good. But
so I like Triple X for what it is. You know, it's a Purdue staple,
right?
And it's really old fashioned, and it's there's not a lot of seating in there, so like it's a commitment if you're gonna go there. You got to pay in cash, and you're gonna struggle to find seating. Mm-hmm. I don't know if this is blasphemy. The food isn't like the best.
I mean, it's good.
Yeah, it's good, like greasy diner food.
Mm-hmm.
But
And that's just what it
if
is.
you were to put that up against Steak and Shake, like it might be a little better.
Yeah,
Eh,
that's
I
fair.
don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know.
It's an
There's
atmosphere thing.
yes.
It's
No,
cool.
you go for the experience. I
Yeah.
get that. There's something to be added for that,
Hmm.
but
And in fairness, I don't know if you are. I'm not a root beer drinker.
ooh, I
Rachel
like me some good root
Rachel
beer.
loves root beer and feels like Triple X root beer is legitimately excellent.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
So
she's
there is that.
absolutely right about that.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Yeah. We thought about Lindy Freeze instead, but we ended up going with Triple X. So a lot of good options.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I missed you guys. It's annoying you were literally like minutes away from us and
Hmm.
we weren't here.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll catch you next time. Chapter 14, The Unforgivable Curses. We've got kind of, I thought it was going to be a pretty straightforward chapter. I remembered it being like, we get to class, we leave class, like chapter over. But there's a lot more to it than that. So I'm excited to dive into this with you. Where do you think I'm going
Yes.
with the first talking point here?
Um, I would imagine. I mean, we start off right in class, don't we? In the new
No.
class.
So we're on. We wait a couple days after the last chapter ended, and then we've got it's kind of the run up to class, like on the way to class and discussing. Oh man, we get to go to Moody's class. We haven't had Defense Against Dark Arts with Moody yet,
Oh yeah, because they get there early to get the good seats
hmm
in the front row. Yeah.
and we've got a little bit of Moody Snape discussion here.
Yes.
On like the second page, I think Snape's scared of him. Imagine if Moody turned Snape into a horned toad. What do you think as far as the Snape Moody dynamic? Because it describes Snape as being in a particularly foul mood, and they kind of figure it's because of Moody.
Yeah, it's interesting. So Snape gets turned down once again. Like we know that he wants that Defense Against the Dark Arts job bad,
Common
and
knowledge.
he just he can't get it. Um, but there's almost like this fear from Snape, I feel like.
Where do you think that comes from?
Um, so where do I think that originates for Snape? Or are you asking where I get that from the text?
No, I see where you get that from the text. I mean, it says Snape had disliked all their previous teachers. He seemed wary of displaying overt animosity to Mad-Eye Moody, so that's pretty straightforward. What's your prediction
Yeah.
as to, are we going to find out why Snape seems scared of Moody compared to the other DADA teachers? Is there some kind of history there that you could surmise?
Yeah, I mean, Moody is kind of a wild card to begin with, and his teaching tactics are basically here's how it is in the real world. You guys need to figure it out. So we're going to bring in some real dark magic here. And I think we've learned, if I remember right, that he has gone out and fought against dark arts, like
Yeah, so
has real experience.
he's a retired Auror, which is a dark wizard catcher.
Yes, I couldn't remember the word that we kept referring to him as. So I mean, there's probably some things and spells and stuff like that Snape is not capable of. It's maybe like a healthy fear / respect.
So it's a
Like
power thing.
yeah, like he's mad that he didn't get the job, but it's always worse when you lose out to someone you know is better.
Yeah.
Well, it's not worse. It'd be worse if you lost out to someone who you know is not better, but
But it's also worse because now he got the job because he's scarier than me, and so now I'm
yeah.
scared of him.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like there's some history here that we're going to learn about later in the book. After he does that whole flash of green light thing to the spider, we'll talk about that here in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think there's a connection here. Maybe he has faced up with Voldemort or Voldemort's followers in some way, shape, or form, like, and been successful.
He's
I
not
don't know.
dead.
I don't know. I think it's interesting that with everything that's going on and swirling around the school, that Dumbledore went out and handpicked this guy personally. Um, Especially, again, I don't want to jump the gun here. We'll talk about some of this later, but like the notes that we get back from Sirius, um, seems like Dumbledore brought this guy in, and not just like on a whim. It's like, we need this guy because he knows how to defend against this stuff.
That leads us pretty well into my next point here, which is Moody as a teacher. What do you think of his teaching style? And it gets a little bit into him feeling like they're behind in certain topics in Defense Against the Dark Arts. So we can kind of compare and contrast him. He's our fourth teacher that we've seen for this class. That's a sample size. Like, that's a data set to work with. So what do you think about that?
Mm-hmm. I love his style of teaching. I think
practical.
Yeah, like that's the problem with education in general, I think, is like, here's how to answer questions right that you from a textbook. But we get out in the real world and we don't know how to do anything. And so like the practicality of his lessons and all right, we're going to actually put this charm on you and see how you react to it so you know what it feels like. And so when it happens out in the real world, you can defend yourself. Like, that's huge.
Like, it seems extreme almost, but
yeah,
I mean,
I'm sure it's a little dangerous.
If it's happening in real life, if like you're actually getting attacked by a dark wizard, they're not going to just take it easy on you because you've never seen it before.
Right. And he makes that point in kind of his intro to this class. But I also think it's just important for these kids to experience this stuff right now rather than later, so that if they go through this class and they're like, I can't handle this, like, maybe you should get out.
Just drop out of Hogwarts, I guess.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if when you are a witch or wizard, if there's like other career paths you can go to where like you're going to be less likely to face dark magic.
Well, sure.
I don't know. Just, it gives them some perspective of like, okay, where do I want to take this whole wizarding career?
So you're to the point where, okay, Harry's in his fourth year, he's 14, it's time to start thinking about, like, just get an idea of, maybe I'd like to consider pursuing this, because he's going to have to take certain classes instead of others, right? I would assume,
right,
if he wants to focus on this or that.
Right. Yep. I think that's invaluable. I think that should be a part of real education.
Alex Ehrlich.
Have to go out. Yeah. I think you should have to go out and shadow and do things.
Mm-hmm.
Not just, okay, you're 18, go spend hundreds of thousands of dollars and hope that it's what you want to do.
Oh, so you think shadowing should be a bigger part of, like, not undergrad, like a primary education up through, high school and stuff like that?
Yes, I do.
I did some. Did you ever do some of that?
No, wish I would have. I mean, I had the summer job of random things and whatever I could find to scrape together some money, but
I remember.
Yeah. I think that would. This is a whole nother discussion for another podcast, but I just think that it's so hard for a high school senior.
Okay. We've got a lot of really practical hands-on experience that Moody provides us with, and that leads us into Unforgivable Curses sort of realm. We've got 3 curses. I don't know if you can name all of them off the top of your head or explain what they do, but what are your thoughts on the existence of those curses? Like, you can do these things with magic, and then also their status as unforgivable and being looked at as worse than others. Is that even like a concept that we would have considered when it comes to magical law enforcement? Let me hear everything you think about them.
It wouldn't have been one that I considered, because I wouldn't have really considered magical law enforcement serious, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you enforce that?
Right.
Um, so you asked me to name the three of them. I know
Can
there's
you?
the
Sure.
killing curse,
Hmm.
which is obviously that's the flashing green light that and there's no marks or screaming or anything. It's just like bang, you're dead.
Yeah.
Well, it left a mark on
Yeah.
Harry,
We'll
but he
get there.
defeated it.
Yeah.
There's the Imperious,
Mm-hmm.
which is like mind control stuff,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Um, basically, you can make spiders do whatever you want.
Hmm. And people. You can make
And
Ron do
people.
whatever you want.
Yes. And then the other one, I know what it does. I don't know how to say it.
See, we realized that probably these audiobooks weren't up. And so you were going to have to read through these chapters. And I was like, excellent. There might be some
Yeah.
words Braden hasn't heard pronounced. So I want to hear
Yeah.
what you think that one is. Okay, so what's it do?
This one is like torture.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, you put the curse on somebody and you can basically inflict pain.
Yeah.
Um,
And what's it called?
it's it's Cruciatus?
Yeah. No, you're super close. The Cruciatus curse.
Cruciatus.
Uh-huh.
Dang.
That was super
That's
close.
close.
It was. I mean,
Yeah.
you
Did I
don't
say
hear.
Imperious right? I
Yeah.
assume that's how you say that.
Oh yeah, it is.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
you'll often hear them just referred to by like the name of the incantation of the spell, Crucio or Imperio. Sometimes, you'll hear Imperious curse a little more often, but a lot of times you'll hear Harry or Ron say like, oh, Crucio. I'm going to use Crucio or whatever. So.
Also, just for my own knowledge,
Mhm.
can you use the words curse and spell interchangeably in the wizarding world, or is that frowned upon?
No, so curse, spell, and jinx all have slightly different connotations. I'd have to refer you to like a more like I'm sure Pottermore probably has a more exact definition, but a curse is a little more dark. Like a curse is if you're using a curse, then that's something that like, came from like dark magic to some extent. It's definitely something that's being used to attack. Like you can use a cleaning spell, you can use a levitating spell or a charm, right? Charms, like a charm is something that you do onto a thing to like change its properties basically, or like kind of like transfiguration, like a transfiguration spell. Whereas a curse, you're using either on a person or on a thing to make it a cursed object that will affect like a person in some way.
So a curse has like malicious intent.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I'm not reading that word for word. That's like my understanding of the differences.
Okay.
And so a jinx can be defensive, but it can also be something that it's not as like dark as a curse. It's something that you might use like in battle. But it's like a jelly legs jinx or like a hex, like a bat bogey hex, and it makes giant bat-sized and shaped boogers fly out of your nose. So hexes and jinxes are more in the vein of curses, but they're not as dark.
Okay.
But are used somewhat interchangeably.
I'm probably going to continue to use them interchangeably because
Yeah, you'll just get you'll
straight.
continue to get a feel for it.
Yeah. Yep.
It's sort of a feel thing. So we've got unforgivable curses, and do you remember what happens if you use one? What the consequences are?
You are banished to Azkaban for a lifetime.
Yeah, just for one curse, one spell.
Yeah. So it's kind of the death penalty, if you will.
Does that seem fair, unfair, right about right for you?
I think that's fair. I don't know. I mean, I think that if you don't put some sort of parameters on magic with relevance to murder, I mean, that's if there is going to be a rule made, that seems like where you should start.
And these other two are kind of lumped in with that.
Yeah, for me, the the Crucio and the Killing Curse seem like, yeah, those shouldn't be.
So you can see the Cruciatus curse and the Killing curse being a little more akin to one another, and then we just kind of throw
Yeah,
Imperio along with it for good measure.
yeah, yeah. The Imperios thing kind of seems like that seems implied with all magic. Like if you're in a battle, to me that would have been like that's probably just like the top curse, right? Like that if you are a really seasoned veteran of magic, like you would know how to do this, and you would save it for only when it's a life and death situation,
Right.
and that there could be times when it could be excusable. But so it's that one's interesting to me that it's lumped in with the other two.
Yeah, I mean, because it can get really dangerous as far like you can put someone under that curse for months. I mean, they're
Yeah,
outliving their lives, but they're doing things they wouldn't normally be doing, and you can affect a lot of change.
yeah,
Like if you get a government official or something under that, like man.
yeah. No, that's. I mean, that's fair. Like that.
And so another thing, and we don't want to have to get into this too much, but part of the reason that curses or like different spells are reserved for later on. I mean, Harry Potter couldn't just sit down and like say Crucio and have it and like successfully torture someone right now. Like there's um got to be like power and intent behind it, and also like technique and skill and stuff like that. And so you can perform one of these incorrectly and do damage to yourself or others that was unintended, you know? And so
Hmm.
it's like a driver's license kind of thing. Like you don't want to get into this before you can handle it.
Yeah, and doesn't doesn't Moody say that like you mentioned the level of power needed. Like he says something
Hmm.
along the lines of like you guys could all fling this killing curse at me right now, and
Right.
like it probably wouldn't even make me have a nosebleed.
Right.
Just because they don't possess that kind of power, I guess.
Hmm.
I would argue that Harry probably does.
It's in there somewhere. I mean, he doesn't like tap into it all the time.
Right.
So we've got Imperio, we've got torture. Thoughts on the killing curse specifically as it relates to Harry? Is that like because this is new information to us? I mean, clearly this is
Yeah.
what happened to Harry when he was a baby. So
Hmm.
does that shed any green light on anything for you?
uh, I just think that this had to have been. Okay, we kind of gloss over it, but it had to have been a pretty hard moment for Harry because I mean it's a spider, but you that brings to light a pretty vivid image of how his parents were killed. So
Yeah, I mean that's
some ways like
the defining thing of his life is that this curse exists. I mean, it
yeah,
would be so different if it wasn't for it.
yeah. I mean, if there's anything he can take consolation in is that it appears to be a quick and painless curse.
True.
His parents didn't struggle and suffer for long periods of time. Um, but I'm sure it's still hard. I'm sure it still brings all those memories rushing back. And how do you uh, how do you process through that as a 14-year-old?
You shove it down and don't think about it, as far as we can tell, right?
Yep.
That kind of gets me into a little bit of what we want to talk about next, which is Neville's reaction to this lesson. Did that stand out to you at all? I mean, we don't talk about Neville all the time from like a real plot perspective. He's kind of like a kid that's there, and it's like, oh, there's Neville again.
Yeah. So I didn't really understand what was going on with Neville in this scene. Is it insinuating that he is contributing to the curse that's going on? Like he has some sort of power? Like it says that he's gripping the sides of the desk and his eyes are wide and he looks kind of crazed. And am I am I interpreting that right? That like he was having some sort of experience, like powerful experience?
I read it more as a fear thing. Like, this is
Okay.
really affecting him, seeing this in front of him.
Okay.
Um,
I was really hoping that he was having a powerful experience, and then I could go back to my whole "don't
like,
sleep on Neville"
like he's
thing.
into it. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, you can
Yeah.
torture things?
Yeah. Like it awakens the dark side of Neville Longbottom.
So let me try to flip back here to... Spider's legs are twitching. Neville's hands were clenched to the desk in front of him. Yeah. His eyes wide and horrified.
Yeah. Yeah, he's visibly shaken, and it doesn't really go away either. Like they catch him in the hallway later, and he's like still kind of freaking out. And then I think when they go to bed that night, like it makes mention that Harry's laying there wide awake, and he knows that Neville is too. So this new Defense Against the Dark Arts stuff is exciting, and I think it's good education, but it comes with some fear too.
So is that what you take from this? Is that like you said, if you can't handle this, maybe you should be rethinking some things, and that's just kind of where Neville falls. Is like we're separating the wheat from the chaff here with Neville.
Yeah, yeah. I think Neville needs to stick to the plants, the herbologist route.
Which he's really good at, it
Yeah,
seems
that's
like.
his thing. He should do it.
So, next thing. Okay, so was it last week that you were saying, you said something like, when's Hermione going to start the coalition for house elves welfare or whatever? And you said that, and I was just like, because the very next week here we've got Spew,
Spew.
right? SPEW.
Yes.
So
Yes,
what are your Spew thoughts?
It's they haven't changed a lot from the last time we talked about this. Like, I appreciate what Hermione's trying to do. I think she's kind of annoying about it, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Sure.
But I guess I don't know enough about house elves yet to form a real opinion. Because it seems like the common acceptance is that house elves are happy, like they were created to serve, and they're happy doing it. It's just the way everyone thinks, which doesn't mean it's right, but that's like everyone agrees with that other than Hermione. And we met, what's the name of the house elf we met at the Quidditch World Cup?
Winky, sir.
Winky. And Winky was really happy to be a house elf and to be serving. Like, didn't necessarily want to be freed. Like, the only one that
No,
we've
she was
met that we can
bummed.
put on, yeah, that we can put on Hermione's team is Dobby.
Yeah, who was being abused. And so as far as we know at this point, that's out of the norm.
Right.
The abuse that Dobby was suffering.
So that's what I mean. I don't know how to form an opinion yet on whether Hermione is doing the right thing and she sees a real problem that needs to be fixed, or if it's just like you're basing all of this off of how one house elf reacted after being freed from abuse. Mm-hmm. Which, if that's a common thing that most house elves are abused, then like, yeah, that needs to be fixed. But if it's just like house elves should be able to run Hogwarts and they should be able to become wizards, and it's like, is that what they want? Or did Dobby just make you think that because he wanted out of abuse? Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, yeah, you're absolutely right. We need some more data points here. She talks about her their short-term aims, fair wages, working conditions. That seems fair. Long-term aims, wand use, getting Elf on the board of the Department for the Regulation and Control of Magical Creatures. So
Yeah.
it's not like she's sitting here saying the concept of house elves as servants needs to end right now, and it's
Mm-hmm.
all totally unacceptable. What she's got like some specific goals that she's
Yeah.
looking
She
to
just thinks they're
promote.
underrepresented.
Mm-hmm. Mistreated.
Yeah. They're a magical creature and they have rights and or should have rights, which I'm fine with. That's great. I guess what I'm worried about is she going to start something where these house elves then revolt and they're actually like when they're outside of the thing that they thought they were happy doing, like do they run crazy and take over and become evil or something? I don't know. Like
Oh,
it's a
interesting.
creature, so I can't.
It's not like, as smart as a person, and so like,
Yeah, I guess. Like to me in my head it's still a creature, so it's like I
hmm
don't how much freedom do we want them to have here? It's like I realize it can think. It's not to the level of like a like it's smarter than like a dog.
I knew you were gonna
But
say that, and like, my dog's really smart. Okay, so just like shove off, Malfoy.
I don't know. I don't have the right frame of reference as to what a house elf really is. So I should probably just stop talking about it.
Do you think we're gonna learn more about it here now that Hermione's got a whole spew for it?
Yeah, I think so. Because if this truly is a form of slavery, then let's let's get on Hermione's team. Let's buy some badges.
Mhm.
But if this is just kind of like a hey, animals have feelings too.
Yeah, is this PETA or is it Underground
Yes.
Railroad?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's where I'm at.
Okay. We've got one more thing here in this chapter, Sirius's letter, which I'd forgotten was part of this chapter. It's pretty
Mm-hmm.
jam-packed, but get some interesting information from Sirius, and Harry reacts to it pretty strongly.
Yeah, let me find that page. So on page 226, it says, Harry, I'm flying north immediately. This news about your scar is the latest in a series of strange rumors that have reached me here. If it hurts again, go straight to Dumbledore. They're saying he's got Mad Eye out of retirement, which means he's reading the signs, even if no one else is. I'll be in touch soon. My best to Ron and Hermione. Keep your eyes open, Harry. Serious. What?
So what does this mean and why?
So Sirius is insinuating that the burning pain that Harry's experiencing from his scar is not just a coincidence. Like this is the real thing. So I'm taking from his letter that like, hey, that means bad things are probably going to happen. So get ready. I'm coming to help.
So Sirius is worried about something, but we have no context for knowing what that thing is.
I mean, the flashing green light and the pain of the scar all usually coincides with like the memory of the night his parents were killed.
Mm-hmm.
His parents were killed by Lord Voldemort. One would assume that now Sirius is worried that like, hey, Voldemort's gaining power and he's coming for you. Which, after reading the first chapter of this book, doesn't seem so far-fetched.
Somehow
Lord,
Sirius is very well informed.
yeah, like maybe he's growing from Tad Voldemort to small Toad Voldemort.
Yeah. Vol Frog de
Toad 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 Toadmort.
Toadmort. Voldemort Toad.
Yeah, we'll work on that one. We'll work on
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So Harry's big response is like, I shouldn't have said anything because now he's flying back up here where he's going to be in more danger because he's still being hunted.
Yeah, which I think is impressive out of a 14-year-old. His level of concern for Sirius and his unselfishness in this.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm 14 and I'm Harry and I know that Ted Voldemort is coming after me, and that I'm having some weird stuff going on with my scar, and I know that that means like there's probably danger. Like, yeah, I'm like, get over here as soon as possible. I need help. And Harry's more like, I know that they're still hunting you, and I don't want you to get in trouble because of me.
Harry's like hyper aware of the fact that there's one adult in his life who is like 100% on his side, and he's so scared that he's going to die because that's what they usually do.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
He's been forced to grow up pretty quickly.
Absolutely.
All right, do we care about the use of spiders here? Do we care about the fact that that's what Moody chose to use?
The fact that you're asking me that seems like maybe I should.
Okay. So we're keeping an eye on the spiders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We are now.
Do we care about... We weren't, but we are. Like, I wasn't gonna. Do we care about the Imperius and Cruciatus curses? Now that we know about the killing curse, do we still care about these other ones?
Yeah, I think so. I think that one thing that I wondered is like, do they each require their own level of power?
Sure.
Like with killing being the worst. So then, Voldemort's not at full strength right now, but is he slowly building enough power for the Imperius curse or for the Cruciatus curse? Like, are we going to get to see those in action in this book? Since Voldemort's not at full power at the moment.
Yeah, it's fair. Do we care about Moody saying constant vigilance a bunch? Always, do we care about Moody's jargon, the kind of things that he's always saying?
Yeah, he's like the old football coach that just has his own sayings.
Mm-hmm.
That like,
he's the Pat McClamrock of.
Yeah. No, I think I like the constant vigilance thing that he just yells it at times when like the students need to wake up.
Constant vigilance.
Constant vigilance.
That was me, but with a meter stick slapping kids' desks.
Yeah.
Hey,
did you yell
vigilance.
that a lot in class?
Constant vigilance? I should have, honestly.
You should have. You really missed an opportunity.
That was a mistake. I did sometimes say, turn to page 394, which is like when Snape, you haven't seen the third movie yet, which is a mistake by us. But that's when Snape is teaching Defense Against the Dark Arts, and he's like, no, we're going to do werewolves now. And it's like a semi-famous scene from the movie that they have to turn to that page.
Gotcha.
That was the main thing I did.
Well, I'm glad that you used that one.
Thank you. Do we care about Harry and Ron's divination homework, where they're like, on Monday, burns, and on Tuesday, I think I'm going to lose a bet.
By the end of the month, I'll be decapitated.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Well, yes and no, because they end up getting good grades on these assignments, which is hilarious. But I also have a sneaky feeling that like they shouldn't be messing around with this like they are, and that some of this stuff could end up coming true. I don't know. I don't know how serious to take that stuff, but
like we have a blanket stance of not caring about divination,
right?
But the fact that it's in the book and it's a subject at Hogwarts make us be like, well,
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like, this had to have started the subject of divination and feeling like we needed to teach it to our Hogwarts students. That started somewhere. So.
Yeah, true. I like how when Harry's like, I'll be in danger of burns. And Ron's like, well, yeah, we're seeing the Scroots, the blasted Scroots on Monday, so you might actually be in danger of burns. That's good. Do we care about the twins? Feel like they're up to something? Do we think the twins are up to something?
Yeah, they're being weird.
I mean, they're always weird, but in like a fun way, like a goofy
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, it's weird for them because it seems more serious,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't do anything. They don't take anything serious.
Mm-mm.
So.
So we're watching out for that still.
Mm-hmm.
Do we care about Sirius saying that Dumbledore's been reading the signs, in quote unquote, read the signs?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I care a lot about that. I want to know what the signs are.
Why isn't Harry taking sign reading class from Dumbledore?
Right. Exactly. Why are we wasting time with divination when we could be taking sign reading?
And Trelawney would tell you, what do you think divination is? Like, I'm looking up into the sky and trying to read the signs.
That's fair.
Okay. Chapter 15. What's the title of Chapter 15, Braden?
It is Bobatons and Durmstrang.
So, did you just knew how to pronounce that? I guess, no, we talked about this, didn't we?
Yeah, I've heard Jim Dale say that before.
Yeah, it's referenced, like, when they meet some kids in the forest during the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Dang.
But there is a French dish that gets mentioned a couple times in either this chapter or 16, and I have no idea how to say that.
Yeah, I look forward to trying to make you do so.
Yep, that'll be fun.
Okay. Bobaton, or sometimes pronounced Bobaton.
Bobaton.
But I prefer Bobaton. And Durmstrang. Sometimes pronounced Durmstrang.
If you're from the East Coast, Durmstrang.
If you're from the South, it's just all Coke. Everything's Coke. Do you want a Coke? Do you go to Coke? No, I went to Coke. So we open up chapter 15, and Harry writes a letter back to Sirius, and he's like, "It was a prank, bro, and I don't even have a scar. So
Turns out my scar actually went away.
You should fly south."
I put a cream on it, so
I hadn't tried that before.
You should take a vacation. Go, and you should actually go south.
South. Don't worry about me, comma, my head feels completely normal. Harry, like, no best wishes. He just ends it there.
Remember that thing I said about my head? It's not true.
Nope. Ignore it. So what do you think about that letter?
I kind of identified with Harry on that. Sometimes I do stuff like that. Like I'll screw it up and then I'll try to fix it really quick and end up making it worse.
Sure.
So
I'm sure Hannah doesn't have any examples of this.
No, I never do it in marriage. That's not
smart.
what I was referencing at all.
Just with agriculture.
Yes.
I'll be like, I added nitrates, but then I'll just try to add some nitrites, and then but then it makes it worse.
Yep, you hit it right on the head.
Did I really? Is that like how it would work?
No.
Do you don't have like bags of chemicals on your gator that you drive around sprinkling into the crops, do you?
No. You don't sprinkle bags of chemicals onto crops.
But that's not totally different from what fertilizing is.
You sprinkle fertilizer, yes.
Which is
at times it can be liquid too.
Oh, really?
So I would say it's more commonly liquid.
Is that what a tractor does? Is that what tractors are? Is they drive around and they spray
They're
fertilizer?
Fertilizers. Really? Tractors are fertilizer.
Really? No. I know what a tractor is, but is that what they do? Is fertilize crops?
They do lots of things.
They do more. How can they do more than one thing?
That's their purpose.
What's their purpose?
They're used for all different. There are certain tractors that spread fertilizer. There are certain tractors that plant.
But those are two different tractors.
The tractor is the pulling apparatus. more often than not. Like you hook a planter to a tractor.
Oh, interesting. So
And
a
then like
tractor is just like it's like if a gator was strong enough, you could just use a gator and you're pulling the thing that sprinkles the fertilizer. But a gator's not strong enough. You got to use a big old tractor.
yeah.
But a
Yeah.
combine, you don't pull. A combine, you just drive.
Right. And more often than not, a fertilizer spreader, you just drive
So what do you pull with a tractor?
a planter. Or other fertilization pieces of equipment. Like
Why don't they just make planters that you can drive and now you don't have to buy a tractor?
they will. They'll all be robots soon enough.
Will you still have a job?
Seriously. Yeah. But
But the farmers won't.
farmers will, like somebody will have to buy the robots to employ on their crops.
I
But
can
like,
buy a robot. I mean, like, I can't because I'm poor. But if I wasn't, I could.
yeah, you could be Farmer Rogge with your team of robots.
If that's what farming is, then, like, count me in.
Well, it's also buying land. You're not counted in on that,
No,
and
I'm
I am
out.
not either.
I'm out on that.
Yeah.
I need to get closer to the McClam Rocks for that one.
Yes.
They have land. My friend Sam here in
So
town. He has land.
that was your minute in farming.
Farming Minute. So that's what that letter's about. And then just casually, okay, so if Harry and Ron, Hermione's like, Harry, that letter was a lie. And then we move past that. And then they just casually get imperious for a whole class period. Just some nonchalant, illegal curse work.
Yeah. Get in here and get mind controlled.
Yeah. And Hermione's like, isn't this illegal? And he's like, okay, little miss illegal, you can just leave. If you don't want to do it, then just leave. It's fine. I'm sure this won't come up on the test.
The legalities of this, you should see yourself to the door.
Yeah. Just take it up with Spew. And she's like, well, I don't want to
put your badges
leave.
on and go stand in the hallway.
Think about what you did. Oh, and then he just makes her go stand in the hallway. He could just imperious her.
Bingo.
Your thoughts on that class?
Again, I like it. It's a little dangerous, a little edgy, but this is an invaluable experience.
And so the idea is that we trust Moody. Like if you're gonna drink, then like do it at my house where you're gonna be safe. It's like that.
I guess in some ways, but I mean, if Dumbledore's okay with it and feels like they need to be prepared for it, then I don't know. Who else are you gonna trust?
Next week, is he gonna torture them?
I don't think so. I think there's a line there.
And then for the end of the first semester for your finals, he kills you.
I'll kill all of you.
Yeah. And Hermione's like, isn't that illegal? And he's like, well, if you don't want me to kill you, there's the door, Hermione.
Won't we all be dead?
Is that your Hermione voice?
Yeah.
Okay. You have to use that now whenever you talk about Hermione or quoting Hermione.
Well, I don't quote Hermione. That's you, because you use that yelling voice that's hilarious. Isn't that illegal?
Isn't that illegal? That's just me doing my Teen Girl Squad voice.
Oh, that's Hermione.
From Homestar Runner. You ever see Teen Girl Squad? No?
No.
Okay. Well, I can't continue with this reference then because you don't understand it.
I'm sorry.
Okay. It's fine. Any other thoughts on Imperious class? Harry's immediately like, I just won't get Imperious. I'll just be way better than everyone else. Why is he so much better?
Because he's experienced it before.
When's he been mind controlled?
Well, I mean, he's experienced an illegal spell, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I don't know, but I mean, I don't know why he was like born with the ability to fight that off. I don't know. He's the chosen one.
He is the chosen one. Hey girl, hey.
What's up?
Oh my gosh, why do you look so down in the dumps?
I'm just super upset.
What could even be upsetting to you? You're gonna get married.
I know.
You're engaged.
I know, and I'm going to look fabulous, but the problem is...
No problem.
No, I have a huge problem.
A problem?
Like a big prob. I literally can't find anyone to take video. I want video footage of me in this beautiful dress.
You gotta get a videographer.
I can't find one. I can't find any good ones.
Oh my gosh, haven't you heard of Logan R. Hayes?
Logan R. Hayes? Who is that?
He is only the greatest videographer. He does weddings and like short videos, and he like raps sometimes.
He's a rap guy?
Yeah, he can do it all.
Holy cow, if I wanted to like get in touch with Logan R. Hayes and maybe find out more about like what he does and maybe contact him about my wedding, how would I even do that?
OMG, do you remember his name?
Yeah, you just said it. It's Logan R. Hayes.
.com.
No way. So I just
Go
put
to
like
that.
3 W's in front of that and a dot?
Or don't even. It's not 1999 anymore. You don't have to type the www.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so
LoganRHayes.com.
I go to LoganRHayes.com. I don't even have to type the W's because it's like 2018.
Correct.
And then let's say that I really like his stuff. Is there any way I could get like a cool discount?
You gotta get a quote. You gotta see how much it's gonna be. Okay. Use code MUGGLE.
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 Cool. And what will that get me?
It gets you a discount on the quote. It's 10% on the quote.
Wow.
So then you can use that 10% to get a 10% more expensive dress.
You always have the best ideas.
I know what it's about, Bradena.
Literally can't wait to get Logan R. Hayes to do my wedding videographer.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna do all of my videographer. It's gonna be the best. I love you.
It's gonna be so lit.
I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, so Harry's just super good at it. He just has better willpower than everyone else or something. I don't know. So then everyone's excited. So the next big thing that I could figure that happens here is that everyone is just excited for the delegations from... I don't know what page I'm on here, but it's like... There's a note. It's like, Triwizard Tournament. The delegations from Beaubaton and Durmstrang will be arriving at 6 o'clock on Friday, the 30th of October. And everyone's just pumped and jacked about this. Are you, at this point, are you also pumped and jacked?
Yeah, I'm more intrigued than anything. I don't know if I would say I'm pumped and jacked. Because I don't know what this is. I don't understand the Triwizard Tournament.
Well, right now you don't, but you're about to, because we're going to get to Dumbledore explaining what the Triwizard Tournament is. Right?
Yeah.
That's the beginning of Chapter 16, pretty much. So at this point, you're still just, like, waiting to figure out what's going to happen here.
Right.
So let's just talk about Beaubaton and then Durmstrang. As far as the arrival and your initial impressions of the school of Beaubaton, what jumps out at you?
That's the French school, right?
Yes.
And their head mistress is Madame Maxine, who is like huge.
Yes,
right?
correct.
Are all the students huge too?
No.
Okay. So what's important here is that she will soon be betrothed to Hagrid.
You're getting ahead. This is next chapter, bro.
I like I said, this is what's important though.
But they arrive in a giant carriage
With giant horses.
pulled by giant horses that only drink single malt whiskey.
So Beaubaton is just Texas. Everything's huge, and we drink whiskey.
Francis.
Yeah.
Everything's huge.
I
and
don't
we
know.
drink
I thought
whiskey.
it was supposed to. I thought it was supposed to be beer for my horses.
It's whiskey for my horses and then beer for my men in France, I guess.
Yes. Yeah. To each his own.
So you're convinced that she and Hagrid are going to get together.
Mm-hmm. I am. As far as like students, impressions of the students, I don't really have anything to say other than the whole scenes between where Ron is like freaking out about the Vila girl.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name? Like Fleur or something?
Yeah.
That's really the only like glimpse of their student body that we get, isn't it?
Yeah.
They have like the silky robes, like it's real fancy, like typical French stereotype, you know.
I like when Maxime is like, okay, so someone really needs to take care of the horses. They're big. And then Dumbledore's like, I know, we've got it covered. She's like, no, you don't understand. The horses are like, they're strong. They're big. And he's like, yeah, I think Hagrid's got it. She's like, okay, I'll see if this Hagrid dude can handle it. I like that.
Yeah.
Will you please inform this Hagrid that the horses drink only single malt whiskey? And Dumbledore's like, well, that's what Hagrid drinks. That's all Hagrid drinks too. So he and the horses are going to get
The
along
horses
really
will
well.
fit right in, Madam Maxine.
I wish that when Harry and Ron and Hermione went down to Hagrid's cabin in the next chapter, that they just walked in on like Hagrid just playing cards with the horses around his table. They've all got just like buckets of whiskey. That the horses are holding the cards for some reason, but they don't hold their buckets. They just stick their horse faces in and are like,
That's a flush! Dumps whiskey all over his face.
Hagrid's just having a grand old time with the horses. And then
We need to make a T-shirt. You know how there's those T-shirts of like all the dogs sitting around a poker table playing cards with each other? We need to make one where it's Hagrid with horses.
we'll get Emily Austin on that. She can paint us.
Paint us a shirt.
Paint us a shirt. I'll wear it and you can paint it onto me.
Perfect.
She can just do the body paint thing with you.
Yeah. That's what our listeners want anyways.
Just the patrons. That's what they want.
Just the after dark.
Patrons. If it's too dark, they won't be able to see your body paint though. So she's like, okay, let's go inside. And they go inside and Seamus is like, all right. So they had big horses. Do you think Durmstrang's horses are going to be even bigger? Because we went from...
How big are the Durmstrang horses?
We went from, how are they going to get here? I don't know, a port key? To like, well, I guess everyone gets everywhere by flying giant carriages. As everyone knows, it's the only way to travel. So I always just think that's funny.
Yeah. But that's not the case. Durmstrang arrives in a strangely skeletal ship.
As one does. That just rises up from the lake.
Yeah, just pops out of the water. So
And this just has... There's so many questions I have about this, you know?
so many questions, and this is another one of those moments where I'm just like, okay, magic, keep reading.
I hear you, but I want to know about that magic. I'm
I
like,
do too.
I want
but
to
I
know
I'm
why
not gonna get to.
why Dumbledore isn't just doing that. If he needs to go to France, does he just dive in the lake?
How do we know he doesn't?
We don't not know that he doesn't not do that.
How do we not know that Hogwarts doesn't have a gigantic stable full of gigantic horses?
I guess we don't not know that. Maybe
don't
they're
not
just
know.
invisible. They're until
Could
such
be.
time as they feel fit to be visible.
What do they call the blanket that they put on a horse before the saddle? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Aren't those called saddle blankets?
Okay, well it's an invisibility saddle blanket.
An invisibility saddle blanket. You know how in like Game of Thrones times they used to like put armor on the horses, and to the point where they're almost wearing like cloaks and they've got masks and stuff. You could do an invisibility one of those.
There you go.
That'd be easy. Seems like
Super
just
easy.
obvious. Just obvious. So Durmstrang, thoughts about Durmstrang?
Durmstrang in my mind is like the Russians.
Fair.
I don't know why, but says they have like, I don't know, the descriptions we get and the names like Victor Crumb and everything's with just K's, not CK's. Like it feels Russian to me.
How good
Like,
it is to be here. How good. Victor, come along into the warmth. You don't mind, Dumbledore.
who is also just Vladimir Putin.
How are you, my dear fellow? How are you? Victor has a slight head cold. So, are we burying the lead here? You weren't surprised at all to see Victor Crumb walk off that ship? A name that you have heard.
I didn't expect to see him come off that ship, but when he did, it was kind of like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Ron is freaking out.
Ron, loses it.
It's Victor Crumb, dude!
I saw him fly. He was flying. I saw it.
He's the best Quidditch player in the whole world.
And he's like 18 or 17.
Mm-hmm.
He's just killing it. So that's that chapter. Kind of a bridge chapter from a more jam-packed 14 to a more jam-packed 16, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You recently, if we're getting into chapter 16 here, you recently said that you didn't fully understand the Triwizard Tournament. And so Dumbledore is just kind of ready to explain it to you. Well, first, I guess we get through the meal, so we can talk about this meal.
The meal.
No, wait, which one's first? Yeah, the meal's first. At the end of the feast when the tournament opens. So we have a feast, and it includes some French dishes, like some sort of shellfish stew.
Mm-hmm.
What's that called?
Bouillabaisse.
Yeah, bouillabaisse.
That's really how you say it.
Yeah, there's a little bit of L in there, bouillabaisse.
Wow, I thought I was going to butcher that a little bit harder.
I was hoping, but you did not.
Darn it.
You did really well. So you've got that whole thing. You've got the thing where Ron's like, where are they going to sleep? Maybe Victor Crumb will sleep in my bed. Maybe I can sleep with Victor Crumb. Do you think he'd want to sleep with me? What do you think about that? Plus, they're sitting with the Slytherins.
Yeah, which I think was that only solidified my view of Durmstrang as the Russians.
Because, all the Russians are evil.
Yeah.
Jeez.
No, I think that Ron's... So normally I'm kind of annoyed with Hermione and her obsessions with stuff. I'm starting to get a little annoyed with Ron.
The whole Crumb thing.
Yeah.
I mean, this would be like if LeBron James just showed up at your high school and was like, I guess I'm in FFA now.
I think it would be more like
year.
if Luka Doncic did.
That you're right. That's true. Luka Doncic, but he was as famous as LeBron.
I mean, over there he is.
In basketball circles. But I mean, that's not the biggest sport in Europe,
Yeah.
Quidditch is.
Right. Speaking of Europe, congratulations to Liverpool and their fans.
They won the soccer.
They
tournament.
won the Grand Soccer. They won the Champions League.
They beat Tottenham.
Tottenham Hotspur.
Is that true?
Yep.
People on the internet, some people were excited and some people were sad. That I saw. At the Ringer.
It's a good analysis.
Yeah. So we get a meal where Ron is like, "Well, French girls are hot, so I'm gonna move to France."
At one point, doesn't Ron ask where the French students are sleeping? I think that happens towards the end of the chapter. It's kind of like a little one-liner that J.K. Rowling throws in there.
I don't know. I'll have to look.
Maybe
he,
I'm
He definitely
wrong,
asks where Crumb is sleeping. He's like, I'll sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
Crumb can sleep in my bed. But Dumbledore does say, like, I hope that you find your stay at Hogwarts comfortable and enjoyable. And Fleur's like, comfortable? Hogwarts? This is a castle.
This is a friggin' dump.
She's just like, huh? Like snort laughs.
Hogwarts sucks.
She's literally been there for literally like 5 minutes. I try not to overuse literally. She has been there for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's cold. What? Do you guys know what fire is? I need warms. You're wizards. Gah. So that's not a great look.
No, I guess not.
IMO. Are you you're into it still? You're like, actually, like Fleur, like she deserves, because she's hot, so she deserves to be uncomfortable if she wants.
I never said Fleur was hot.
You said, quote, I guess not. When I said that's not a good look, you weren't like, yeah, definitely not a good look. She's part Vila, so she's like, technically she's hot. You see what I'm saying?
Have we confirmed that? Do we know that she's part Vila, or is that just what Ron thinks?
That's just what Ron calls her.
Yeah.
Ron's like, I swear she's part Vila. And so then Hermione goes, I don't see everyone else freaking out about it. And, okay, where is it? Okay. Ron says she's a Vila. Ron's like, of course she's not, said Hermione tartly. I don't see anyone else gaping at her like an idiot. And then Harry's like, the narrator comes in and is like, that was not the case. Like, there were plenty of people gaping at her like an idiot. So it does seem like she could maybe be a Vila. Am I just doing Hermione like cheerleader from Teen Girl Squad now? Oh, man. I'm telling you, that's not a normal girl.
It's kind of a mixture of that and Eric Cartman.
Yeah, it does kind of
I'm all for it. I am all for it.
How was I doing it before?
Like that.
No,
Don't change
wasn't.
anything about that. Stop asking questions.
I like asking questions. Okay. So we have dinner, and then Dumbledore explains what the Triwizard Tournament is. And you don't understand it still. So what questions do you have about Dumbledore's explanation of what the Triwizard Tournament is?
No, I just don't understand how they're going to be competing. What's the contest? What are we doing here? Are we playing Quidditch? Is it who can do the coolest spell? What are we?
There will be 3 tasks spaced throughout the school year, and they will test the champions in many different ways. Their magical prowess, their daring, their powers of deduction, and of course their ability to cope with danger.
I could not get any more vague.
Their tasks. There are 3 discrete events of the Triwizard Tournament. They're tasks that you have to do. You have to accomplish a thing, and it's going to be hard to do because there's going to be some kind of magical element to it, whether that be obstacles, barriers, something to overcome.
Okay.
So, here's the best way I can...
There shall be 3 tasks.
I mean, I don't want to...
It will be hard. We will try to see if you are good at magic.
Yeah. That's
if you are, you might win.
Are you being sarcastic or not? Because that's what it is. So, do you remember in the very first book when they like protected the Sorcerer's Stone by putting like weirdly hard but easy like rooms before it?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the best way I can explain it without like spoiling what the tasks are going to be.
Okay.
It's like
so the tasks are part of the fun of this, is that nobody knows what they are? Is that what you're saying?
Well, that's part of the gamesmanship. Like, you can't just prep for it. You need to just be good at magic in general, and then be ready to react to what's going on here.
Okay.
So that's part of, like, it's not like necessarily, I wouldn't call it the fun. It's just like the conceit of it is that it's sort of like You're not going to understand that reference. Never mind. Like, picture, you know how like at E3 they have like video game tournaments, like just general tournaments. It's kind of like that, where you like there's any number of video games you could be asked to play. You can't just like pre-practice every video game that's ever happened. You just have to jump in and like hope you're good enough at video games.
Okay.
But if you knew that it was going to be Super Mario Bros. 2 and Halo ODST and SSX Tricky, then you could just practice those games.
Ooh, I would practice the crap out of SSX Tricky.
I love SSX Tricky. Can we
such
live
a good
stream
game.
us playing an SSX game?
Yeah.
It's
yeah, it'll
tricky
be
to
within
rock
the same...
around to rock it's round to round, it's tricky.
It'll be the same podcast or stream of episodes that we do the Backyard Baseball.
Yeah. What should we call that series? A something's perspective. A Muggle's playthrough.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
A first-person
We'll work on it.
perspective. A third-person perspective. Listeners, if you have a good name for what we should call our video game vlog series, howl at us and let us know.
Go on. Get ahead. How?
When you said go on, I was like, what is happening? Where's this going?
Go on. I was referencing that scene from Nacho Libre.
That is nothing for me.
You've not seen Nacho Libre?
It was like on one time in like band class, like at the end of the year, how we wouldn't do band things, they would just watch a movie. It was like on, but I wasn't watching it.
Okay. All right. Well, that puts a significant dent in our friendship, but
Wow.
it's not something that can be repaired.
After all of my backyard baseball references, like that's all it takes?
I said it was a dent. I didn't say you totaled it, but it's a dent.
Okay. Do you have other questions about the Triwizard Tournament?
I don't think so.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on the judging system and the fact that Bagman and Crouch are going to be judges? Ludo Bagman and Barty Crouch, Cardi B, Barty C, just showed back up into our lives.
Yeah, with his toothbrush mustache.
His mustache is toothbrush.
Yes. I don't really get what the big deal is about those two guys right now. They keep showing up and we keep talking about them, and it's like, okay. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure at the end of the book, I won't just be okay. It'll be like, oh man, they were important.
They what?
And
They what?
J.K.
Oh
Rowling
man.
got me again.
Man, it's crazy that Ludo Bagman
is the body that Tad Voldemort used to get to Harry.
Uh-huh. And I didn't see it coming that Barty C was gonna
He was going to get into a fist fight with Dumbledore.
Oh. Yeah. I mean that is unexpected.
Yeah. They drop gloves.
So they're here, they're going to judge a vague tournament, and we'll care about it when we see something worth caring about.
Well said.
We're withholding judgment on that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then we kind of get like a weird 24 hours of just everyone talking about the Triwizard Tournament.
Well, and everyone getting to... Is this the same 24 hours that people get to go and submit their name?
Right. And so I like that
Yeah.
it's from a Saturday night to a Sunday night, so no one has classes or anything. It's just like literally stare at the Goblet of Fire for this whole time and think about who's going to be in this tournament.
Yeah. I feel like this would be a fun time as a student. A lot of anticipation, like nobody's, people are staying up late. There's all the rumors, the rumor mills going full steam ahead with
Yeah.
who's putting their name in.
What are
who's
your
not.
favorite parts about that rumor mill? I like the rumor mill.
I like that the biggest question is like, do you think people are going to try to get in underage?
Mhm.
There's this whole like Fred and George are going all in on that,
Mhm.
and you're trying to guess who the nominee is going to be from each house. Like, oh, I bet it's X from Hufflepuff, and I bet it's Z from, I don't know. It's just kind of fun. It's like the night before free agency of the NBA.
Except that in free agency, everyone already like wink wink signed with that team like 3 weeks before. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what stinks
yeah.
about it.
And it's just going to be one of the coastal teams.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to pick which Los Angeles team they're going to, or
I do love the night before free agency though.
yeah, somehow it always reels me in, even though as a Pacers fan, it's like, this is stupid. It's mostly just I pay attention to know who the Pacers are going to have to try and not get swept by in the East.
Yeah, and then they're gonna fail. I just
Yeah.
hope they trade for Mike Conley. That's my thing.
Mike Conley, they could somehow get Kemba Walker. Just anyone, just a high-profile name. Like, we're never gonna win with these mid-level guys.
Vic
I
is-
love them.
Vic is
They're
good.
fun to watch. Vic is good, but you have to have a second guy. That's just the way the NBA is.
Yeah. Oh man, we'll save that for our upcoming Harry Potter Pacers podcast where we talk about the Pacers while we play SSX Tricky. Snowboarders, Pacers, perspective.
Yeah,
Call
yeah,
in.
you got it.
Call in and give us a better name for that.
Tricky Indy.
Tricky Indy. Jeez. Yeesh. Okay, so then in the middle of all of this excitement and speculation and so forth, we're talking about the age line. Fred and George get beards, and that's funny. And then we're like, you know what would really top this all off? Would be if we went and spent like 6 hours at Hagrid's house.
Oh yeah.
Let's stay at Hagrid's house for like a long time.
And not normal Hagrid's house.
No. What kind of Hagrid?
This is ladies' man Hagrid.
Ooh, ladies' man Hagrid.
Yeah, he breaks out that brown furry suit
Mm-hmm.
and that weird checkered tie. Put some oil in his hair.
Is this the scene where he tried to comb his beard, but the comb gets stuck and breaks, so he just leaves it in his beard? Does that happen
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, the comb just snaps into like 3 pieces and he just meh. It'll fall out eventually.
Well, give me all your Hagrid thoughts here.
I think it's hilarious. Like, this is literally love at first sight. Hagrid saw this giant woman, get out of her giant carriage, led by giant horses. And he's like, oh, she giant. I gotta go get that suit out.
This is like you didn't know that you needed a Hagrid love interest until you got it, but now it's what you've needed all along.
Exactly. This is everything I wanted from the series.
Because like you got to imagine, so this Vila girl is like Ron freaks out about it, right? And Hagrid looks at her and he's probably like, "She's cute, but she's a 10th my size, literally."
And
Like-
probably a fourth of my age. Maybe
Yeah.
a bigger concern.
True, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
I'm saying like any like person, like it's just difficult for him to like get excited about like going on a date with someone because they're all way
Right.
smaller than him. Like it's just a
Yeah.
different thing.
Yeah. Yeah. For
Even
sure.
an adult or whatever. But this person, he's like, oh, okay. Like it's at least an option.
You got big horses that like to drink.
Mm-hmm. Out back, in the back, is where your horses
Yeah,
are.
Let's do this. Yeah. Yeah. The horse stock is attached.
What's that? I don't know what that is.
I thought you were referencing Old Town
Is
Road.
that the next line? I was, but I just know that line. I know that is a line in it. Having read
Yeah.
people say those words in that order on Twitter.
Yeah. Did you see the video of him? Lil Nas X went to an elementary school.
Yes, I did see that video.
Like good for him.
That's hilarious.
It was a little disturbing that those little kids were singing some of those lyrics, but like, how many other guys have you seen that have a hit song on the top of the charts for like a month and a half or whatever it's been, and they're going to perform at a friggin' elementary school?
Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
It is good for
I
him.
appreciate that.
One of those, the kid standing in the front, I was watching, and he was just doing the
It's just-
Fortnite dance.
Yes, I watched that kid too. That was hilarious.
This is good content. So Hagrid,
He's just out there like by himself. Doesn't care. Just getting after it.
he's like, I'm going to be on the internet. This is Lil Nas X. Hagrid is pumped and jacked. This is as excited as Hagrid gets.
Yeah. Yeah. I know I say this a lot, but I'm going to be pretty excited for this scene in the movie when we like open the door and see Hagrid. Like I imagine the door is going to open slowly and the camera's just going to pan from Hagrid's feet like slowly all the way up and you like just this really furry suit. And does it say that he shaved his face or did he just comb his beard?
I don't even know how he would go about shaving his face.
He would just pick up like a push lawnmower.
Yeah.
Like and just start it up and just kind of gently drag it across his face.
They talk about him using axle grease to tame his hair.
That's what I use.
Hagrid does not want to be in Spew. All right. So I think it's about time to get to the main event. I feel like you'll probably have some more questions once we get to this point. Is that fair to say?
I think so.
Okay. So first let's talk about the Goblet of Fire itself. This is what the book is titled. What are your thoughts on the goblet? Describe it to me.
So it's like a wooden chalice type thing
Mm-hmm.
that has like blue flames. And when you want to submit your name for this contest, the Triwizard Tournament, you write it on a piece of paper with your house and you throw it in the fire. And then when the day comes that they announce the contestants who won or who are being entered into the competition, the flames like turn red and like spit your name out into like a piece of paper out in the sky, and Dumbledore catches it. Then he reads your name.
So first,
But it seems like
yeah.
Sorry.
No,
it
you're
seems
good.
like the Goblet of Fire's got to be more important than that to name the book after it. Surely that's not all it does.
Right. What else could it do?
I don't know.
Try again. Give me a thing that you could do with a Goblet of Fire.
Maybe you can. Maybe it's a name generator for questions you have about people. So it's like, who am I going to marry in the future? And you put your name in the fire, and it spits out the name of your future spouse.
Okay, who's gonna kill me?
Who's going to kill me? Who will be the next defense against the dark arts teacher?
That's how Dumbledore picks it every year. He spit out Gilderoy Lockhart, and he was like, "Oh, frick." So, is your understanding that it chooses randomly?
No. I think that it has some sort of magical quality where it
it's a
judges.
magic Goblet of Fire.
I think that it has magic.
Okay. I didn't consider that.
Yeah. And some sort of quality that like judges the inner wizard.
Mm-hmm. The first name it spits out is Victor Crumb. We're not surprised.
Victor Crumb.
Is he going to be good?
I would assume so. He's a superior athlete. He's probably good at magic too.
Based
His
on what?
eyebrows are huge and bushy.
If this thing is held in the air on brooms, he's going to be the best, I feel like.
Yeah. Yep. Which you would have to think some of it is.
Why not? The champion from Beaubaton is what's her name?
Fleur.
Fleur what?
I don't know.
It's right here. I'm looking at it.
What page?
It's like 2 back from the last page, man. I'm on Kindle. It's with 1 minute left in the chapter.
Okay. Thanks for that reference.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just kept hearing LaFleur from like Dodgeball.
Mm.
I'm on 285.
Bravo, Victor! Boomed Karkaroff so loudly that everyone could hear him, even over all the applause. Knew you had it in you. The clapping and chatting died down. Now everyone's attention was focused again on the goblet, which, seconds later, turned red. Once more, a second piece of parchment shot out of it, propelled by the flames.
Shot out of it!
The champion for Beaubaton, said Dumbledore, is Fleur. I gave you so much time.
I'm trying. They can cut it. It's fine.
It's her, Ron, said Harry, shouted as the girl who so resembled a Vila got gracefully to her feet.
Fleur Delacour.
Yeah, Delacour.
There you go.
Thanks. Is she
Next
gonna be
one.
good? What's her move?
Her move is she's gonna win because all the other contestants are male, so she can just send them into their weird infatuation mode where they can't do anything or focus on anything, and then while they're freaking out, she'll complete the rest of the tasks.
She's gonna flirt Crumb to death.
Mm-hmm.
So then we've got the Hogwarts champion. We thought maybe it was gonna be Angelina Johnson from Gryffindor.
We did think that.
That would have been good. How sure? What would have been your guess before you read this? You were like, I think it's probably going to be blank.
I thought for sure that it would be Harry.
But Harry's not old enough.
Right. But I
So-
figured, which ended up working out
Yeah.
afterward. But this just seemed like the way it was building. It was just like, yeah, it's gonna be Harry.
You're not gonna have this tournament at Hogwarts and have Harry Potter not be in it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was more shocked when they said Cedric Diggory.
Oh, gotcha.
I was kind of like, what? So we're gonna have three contestants that like we don't really care about in this. Like,
Why don't you just make it? We should have just made it Harry versus Hagrid versus Snape, and then we'd all care about it.
Yeah, that'd be way more entertaining.
But then we don't get to do any Russian accents.
Yeah, and I think J.K. Rowling was thinking ahead in that for
Mhm.
this podcast.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So Cedric
Thanks,
gets
JK.
picked. Cedric gets picked. Cedric's pretty good.
I think.
Hermione thinks he's
Sure.
smart.
Great.
The Hufflepuffs are very excited.
Pumped and jacked.
We did something right. We
Which,
the
like,
Hufflepuffs have
I should
representation.
be excited, right? Didn't
As
I
a
test to be a
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and Ian are very excited about this.
Yeah, we're excited. We're pumped and jacked.
Are you excited?
It's like a typical Pacers draft pick.
This is the TJ
Like-
Leaf of
Yeah, it's any of the picks from the last like 10 years or whatever it's been. It's like, okay, they were good at their school. I don't really see this going anywhere, but I guess I understand what you were thinking, maybe.
Mhm.
I'll hope for the best.
Yeah. And then everything sort of dies down, and Dumbledore's like, all right, just go ahead and cheer for your supporters. It's going to be great. And then the sparks came out again, and Dumbledore just stands there with it. And he's like, you gotta be kidding me. It's not the Quad Wizard tournament. Like I worked so hard. I had one goal, and it was like, they should have just made a rule in the beginning. Like, we're gonna have a tournament. You have to be 17, and I understand all of that. But also, like, the only other rule is that Harry Potter can't be in it. Can't
And
be
like
Harry.
The head of the marketing department just flipped a desk.
He's like, we already have promotional material.
Yeah. We've been working very hard on this.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Dumbledore just can't be pleased. So
So
Harry Potter gets called out. What are your thoughts? Are we worried for Harry's safety? How did his
Yes.
name come out?
no idea how his name came out unless someone submitted it for him, like an older student.
Here's
Could
what I've
you do
always
that?
thought.
Like, why didn't Fred and George do that? Like, con an older student into like, hey, put our name in there, we'll pay you.
Do you not think the Goblet of Fire is smart enough to realize that if you put not your name in, like you could put like Braden, then in quotes Albus Dumbledore Carpenter, and it'll be like Albus Dumbledore. That's a lot of magic. That person's gonna be in for sure. I feel like it's gotta be smarter than that.
I don't know. It's a goblet.
It's a goblet that like can read into your soul and tell if you're good at magic, and have deduction and stuff.
Yeah.
Bravery.
Yeah. I don't know.
Why is Harry in the tournament? What's going to happen with Harry in the tournament? Is he going to win? Is he going to lose? Is he going to die?
I think that he is going to win, and in order to win, he will have to defeat Ted Voldemort miles beneath the school.
For your third task, Voldemort is just straight up working with us now. He has agreed to be a normal part of this tournament.
Now step into this elevator that will take you down 4,000 floors.
They put like little lapel cameras on so that everyone can like watch along at home. It's a Hunger Games situation.
Yep.
They're all just back in their dorms. Oh, look at me. I'm Braden. I can whistle. I'm so cool. I can't whistle. That's why I said that.
Neither can Hannah.
Cute.
Yeah.
Tad Voldemort, miles beneath the school. Is anyone going to die? Are we all going to be safe? I mean, they've taken a lot of
No, I think
precautions.
someone's going to die.
Okay. Who?
Probably Victor Crumb, and Ron is going to contemplate whether life's even worth living at that point.
Do I want to live in a world that doesn't have anyone that can do a Ronsky feint? Like, my name is even in it, guys. This is fate. Ronsky feint, Ron's fate. Come on, it's right there. So Victor Crumb is going to get eaten by a werewolf.
A dragon.
A dragon? He's going to get eaten by a dragon.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, for this task, you have to punch a dragon. And the dragon's like, nope.
You have to ride a dragon.
You have to ride it. You have to train your dragon.
You have to sneak up on a sleeping dragon.
Okay.
And be able to mount it and ride it for 8 seconds before it flings you off or eats you.
Okay. So, like, what you're using a spell, like a binding spell, you create ropes.
Yeah.
And you tie yourself to the dragon's neck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For that part of it, you put on, like, the full cowboy garb.
Okay.
And
What's the wizard version of a cowboy?
I don't know how to answer that.
I think it's a pretty straightforward question, Braden. Like, maybe it's like a knight? Like a suit of armor is a wizard cowboy?
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
It's like the equivalent. I remember back in the day, like the romantic, like, image of Britain.
Yeah.
You can't
You've got
see
it.
folks at home, Braden. He's just nodding vigorously. It's like, yep, I'm in. We're good. We can be done saying wizard cowboy.
A whiz boy.
A whiz boy. Any other thoughts before we bid goodbye to our lovely listeners?
I don't think so. I think that we have set up the next episode to be pretty dang exciting.
Yeah, what's happening next? Do we get right into it?
Yeah, we
How's
get right into the Quad Wizard tournament.
They changed the name. They have to mark it
Yeah.
out on all of
Yeah.
the T-shirts and hats.
It's actually just going to be the Triwizard Tournament featuring Harry Potter.
How mad is Draco right now?
Oh, he's furious. But he's also optimistic that Harry might die.
Sure. It's like when Ron was like, "Oh, we could have pushed Draco off a glacier."
Right. Right.
Who else is mad? Is Snape? Snape's mad. Snape's like,
Snape's mad.
Harry Potter has been crossing boundaries since he came to this school.
Yeah. Snape is trying to figure out how he cheated to get his name in there. And I would imagine as soon as like they release the students, he is freaking out in Dumbledore's face.
Mm-hmm. Snape he's gonna spend like months on it. Everyone
will not
like
sleep.
Harry's gonna have been like in a couple tasks, and everyone's like gotten used to it, and Snape's still just like insisting on interviewing people who have ever like touched the Goblet of Fire, and they're
Yeah.
like, Snape, I mean, like, it's happening.
Like you walk into his room at his house and he's got like the like Polaroid pictures everywhere of different people
Connected by
like tied together with
string.
string.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is Snape's like magnum opus. Is like, how am I gonna nail Harry Potter for cheating his way into the Triwizard Tournament?
Yeah. Yeah. He stops shaving. He's got like a 5 o'clock shadow all the time and his hair's always he just looks disheveled.
He's just always drinking butter beer.
Yeah.
He's gotta take the edge off.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what's gonna happen next episode. Be ready for that. Be ready for Braden's impression of Jerry Seinfeld doing impression of a drunken, disheveled Severus Snape. Look forward to that, listeners. Please howl in on about what video games you want to watch us play while we talk about the Pacers. Actually, that just Jacob wants that. Just Jacob and Carter want that, I think.
That's all we need.
Yeah, that's true. If you don't,
again,
if you super don't want that, call in and let us know.
Yeah. Yeah. Just howl. Just call the howler.
How?
You would do that by dialing 978 Potter 0, which I should have that phone number memorized by now, but I'm looking up our show notes so I can read it to you exactly. It is 978-768-8370. That's 978-768-8370. So you would call that, and we will not answer. It is a recorded voicemail, so no pressure. You can rehearse it, you can write it down, whatever you want to do, just call it, and you will basically leave a recording with your questions, comments, or you can literally just howl, and we will play it aloud on the episode and respond to it.
I could technically answer. They come to my phone. If you want me to answer, then how leaving a note saying that you want me to answer next time?
Yeah, or what we should do is tell people like the exact time we're going to be recording an episode and offer for them to call in.
That would require us knowing when we're recording an episode more than a day in advance.
That's true. Never mind.
The most likely way that you'll get on is if you howl at like 7 o'clock on a Thursday evening.
Eastern Standard Time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Eastern Standard. Sorry,
Yeah.
Carla.
Yeah. So, regardless, whether it has to do with Harry Potter or not, you should call in and howl. We like hearing from you. We like responding to you. It's really fun for us to hear people call in and howl that like we've never even met before, like Chad or Carla.
Oh, be more like Chad.
Be Chad-like.
Be Chadish. You guys are the reason why we do what we do. It makes it more fun. Let us know that you're enjoying what you're hearing by giving us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram.
I like the idea
our
of
sponsors.
suggestions.
Yeah, suggest things to us.
Like if you're like, hey, this would be a neat segment. You guys should do this. We're open to that too.
We always have been, always will be. Thank you to all of you guys for listening. Thank you to our wives. Thank you to producer Jeremy and editress Jessica. Would literally not be possible without you guys in the slightest. Thank you to George Weasley.
Just thank you. Thank you to everyone.
Good episode.
Was a good one. Detroit!
Girl off me! Haven't said girl off me in a while.
Yeah. Which listeners are probably glad. We were really
I could see it.
going hard and heavy on Get Off Me there for a while.
Okay, like I'm sorry. Chamber of Secrets gets real slow. You got to have something. We got to have something to carry us through.
It does. Get Off Me virtually got us through that
Oh
book.
yeah. I don't know where we'd be without Girl Off Me.
Get Off